So yesterday, Wednesday, we saw what is, I would call, the first domino of many dominoes of the old guys taking their final bow. That is the old era of quarterbacks currently in the NFL that are going to retire one by one by one. And we're not just talking about really good, great quarterbacks. We're talking about all-time great Hall of Fame caliber quarterbacks. And Phillip Rivers, I know Eli Manning retired a couple years ago, but that happened way before. And while he's a Hall of Famer, not on the same echelon or level of the people that I'm about to talk about. Phillip Rivers has announced his retirement officially from the NFL. I mean, just an absolute warrior for almost 20 years inside the NFL. And that's where we're going to start today on the Drives with Dave podcast, found anywhere you find podcasts, as well as right here on the Dave Talk Sports YouTube channel with me, Dave Ettinger, your host, as you join me every single morning on the way home from CBS Sports Radio headquarters in New York City. So Phillip Rivers, is he a Hall of Famer or not? It's not actually the ultimate question of today's episode, because in my opinion, and that's the only opinion that matters today, yeah, of course, Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. I don't even think it's remotely that close. I know he never played in a Super Bowl. I know he doesn't have a Super Bowl ring. I get that. I know he never won an MVP award. All irrelevant. His statistical performances year in and year out, on top of the fact that he was one of the most durable and dependable quarterbacks, warrior-like attitude, week in and week out in the NFL that we've ever seen. All of those things. The fact that he elevated the play of his teammates and made them better. He's a teacher at the quarterback position. And you're going to see that when he retires and he goes down and he coaches high school football for the next 10, 20, or however many years. But you're going to see all the dominoes fall. Maybe we see Big Ben in Pittsburgh retire this year as well. Maybe we see Drew Brees retire as well, all in the same year. And then we're a year or two, or who knows when, Tom Brady retires, the greatest quarterback of all time. And then Aaron Rodgers will not be that far behind, who's currently 37 years old. And we are talking about some of the best quarterbacks, not just of this era, but of all time. Every single quarterback I just named is a Hall of Famer. And it's not even remotely close. And you can have 6 or potentially 7 or 8 rings like Brady is eventually going to end up with. Or you could have the one like Aaron Rodgers has right now. Or you could have none like Phillip Rivers. They're all Hall of Fame quarterbacks. And I'm sorry, if you don't understand or think that Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback, you don't understand football. You just don't. I mean, I've said it twice already. I'll say it one more time. He was an absolute warrior on the football field, okay? Maybe you think he didn't win enough. Maybe you think he threw too many interceptions. Maybe you think he was a whiner and a complainer. I actually didn't like Phillip Rivers at the beginning of his career because every time he had a bad play or his team lost a close game in a tight spot, all you heard was him chirping from one sideline to the other. I used to hate that, actually. But as I've grown up and Phillip Rivers grew up, I come to appreciate the talent that he had and the kind of leader that he was as the quarterback on his football teams, playing for the Chargers and then most recently for the Colts. So let's congratulate Phillip Rivers on a great NFL career. And when he's eligible, he will go into the Hall of Fame. First ballot or not, he's going in, whether you like it or not. And Eli Manning, the aforementioned Eli Manning, who is essentially connected at the hip with Phillip Rivers. You know the story, swapped on draft day. I know he retired sooner and younger than Phillip Rivers. They had very different careers. And they are the poster children for the argument rings versus stats. Because Phillip Rivers was a superior quarterback in every single statistical category to Eli Manning that exists, but never won. And Eli Manning, the only time he ever won a playoff game were in the 2 runs that he made to win the 2 Super Bowls. Doesn't have a playoff win outside of that. And his career regular season record, exactly 500. So you want to have that argument all day, all week, all year, all century, for a lifetime. Congratulations, Phillip Rivers. Enjoy retirement. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. You do the same. It's Thursday. We got football coming up on Sunday, championship weekend. See you soon.